insane. Okay. That should be good. Here's a good morning. Hopefully that is better, folks. Let me know where we're sitting on that. I apologize. Oh, much better. There we go. Okay. Let's get going here this morning. We didn't miss a beat. 21 minutes before open. Perfect. Here we go. So we got NFP this morning at 8:30. That's this candle right here. We got open here in about 30 seconds. We are sitting in this 15-minute fair value gap. Honestly, my initial impression is I want to target this data low, as well as maybe run into this. This is a weekly fair value gap low. We are inside the weekly fair value gap on a weekly time frame, and this is the low. I would love to see that fill in. That'd be nice. And then we could potentially see a TGIF move, retracement of about 20 to 30 handles. That'd be nice as well. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, Gino. How you guys doing this morning? It's good to have you. I was a little chilly, so I put on a jacket and got a nice, just a polo t-shirt on. It kind of looks probably a little funky, but is what it is. I'm cold, so this is what I'm wearing. I got a heater, but I mean it's September. I should not need to turn on a heater. I do got coffee. I don't drink black coffee. Black coffee is disgusting. I'm more of an espresso latte type of guy. So I have my own latte espresso machine. Make myself a latte every morning. Much cheaper than going to what's a good name for Starbucks when they, if I want to articulate, they just steal your money. I did take a trade this morning. I took a trade from this retracement to these equal highs. I did that on my personal account. Before I streamed, I got up, watched the news, saw us make these equal highs here, saw it retrace, and saw this bullish candle right here. And so I got in somewhere here and targeted these highs. So I did take that trade. Morning, Charles. Wilhelm, good morning. Glad to have you guys. It's going to be a good day, blessed day. As I say in most mornings, today is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. It's going to be a fantastic day. And that is the mindset we always have. It is a blessed day. So good morning, Deborah. Glad to have you back after a little bit of a hiccup. Okay, no talking. Can you guys hear the music? I don't know, what do you guys prefer? Is the music, sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's soft. It's honestly slightly annoying trying to figure out exactly how to put it. I'm ready. I am ready. Got my blessing from NFP. Oh, you're done. Okay, way to go, Charles. You prefer no music. Yeah, so I have it on really low intentionally because I want to listen to music, but I don't want it to just come through my microphone, which I have sitting right here. This is the move I'm looking for. This is the kind of reaction that's saying, hey, I may want to go down here. I want to see the 2 minute here. 2 minute looks okay. I like the 1 minute better. Looking at this fair value gap right here. You got to be kidding me. I don't understand this. I'm having the same issue. I'm trying different channels on this epidemic sound, and it just keeps giving me Christmas music. It's like they're trying to tell me something here. I typically listen to lo-fi. Just lo-fi, no, just nice, smooth beats. Here, I'll turn it up. You should be able to hear it. The problem is I'm trying to find the balance because I'm not on the other end on how loud the music is compared to how loud I'm talking. I love this immediate rebalance. That's beautiful. That is wonderful. That would tell me, hey, we might drop here. Let's see how it goes. We don't want to take a trade. We could have taken a trade off of this right here. This is a breaker. Here's the breaker. Right inside the new day opening gap right there. Now, since I had 2 losses yesterday, I'm downsizing, reducing my size, and since I was doing a mini contract, I'm down to 5 micros on my funded accounts. I just got here and I got to go to Word. Thanks, I appreciate your time. Gotcha. Oh, that's where I'm interested in that. I think I'm going to not take anything here. Look at that candle. These 2 candles about got me. I'm not gonna lie. It about got me, but good thing I'm being patient. I'm waiting. It's only 8:35. Give this a second to kind of work itself out here, folks. Let's see if it wicks back down. That would be amazing. If it wicks back down and closes below this, I'm probably taking that. I don't know if I want to go short, though. Oh, my gosh. Look at that candle there. All right, we're going to be patient and we're going to wait. I'm liking what's happening here. I might take a small contract.
Order submitted.
Five-minute, 15-minute. Yeah, this looks, I like what I'm seeing here. Up 164 ticks. I'm going to sell some here.
Order submitted.
200. We're going to take a couple contracts off here, but I think we're going to push lower. I'll take some more off here.
Order submitted.
Okay, I got 2 left. We're gonna see. We're gonna take 1 more off here and hold the last one for the low, for the data low. Already secured quite a bit. Okay, there's the low right there. Next thing we're doing is we're holding for all the way down here, folks. We're going to hold for the data low. Going to move my stop to break even.
Order submitted.
That was an absolutely beautiful move. I've secured $400 on micro accounts, on a micro, folks, on a micro. Let's see if this wants to go even more. But my target's going to be here. I'm not going to sell anything.
Order submitted.
That's what I want right there. You guys can see that, right? Am I on the right account? Oh, you guys aren't seeing it. No way. Son of a gun. I thought for sure you guys were seeing that. Here, let me do this. Let me big monitor. Okay, we're gonna do something a little different here. Boom. There's my trade that I'm in right now. And as you can see, I'm up 430 ticks. You guys see that? Oh, no, you can't even see that right now. What the heck is going on? I got a bunch of stuff happening here. I'm sorry. There is my position right there, guys. Sorry about that. So I am up 439 ticks. I took 5 micros from this point right here. I'm down to 1 left. I'm holding for this low right here. So that is currently what you're seeing right now. I apologize. Something's up with my placement of all my monitors, or for my main window here. Main window. Okay, there we go. That's where it should have been. For my big monitor. Alright, so you guys can see this trade playing out right now. I'm up 500, 600 ticks. We're running for the data lows here. As you guys can see, insane amount of trade, insane volatility. I'm loving it. I'm so glad I decided to pull the trigger there. Now the question is, do I just want to secure it, or do I want to target the lows? What do you guys think? What should I do? This is my copied accounts. I kind of want to secure it. Because we could get a retracement of 40 handles easily. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it.
Order submitted.
I'm happy with 400 freaking ticks. I mean, did you guys see that? I'm walking away. Did you take that, Deborah? Did you take that? I hope you took that. That was a beautiful call. I mean, it's like we got a giant candle. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this screen. We have this giant candle lower. All right, hang on. I need to make sure my screen's working correctly here. I don't know what the heck is going on. Okay, there we go. So we have this giant candle here that happens. I'm like, oh man, that's beautiful. That's what I wanted to see. Screaming, we're going to the lows. Then we come back up. We reject the breaker with the body. We reject it again. I literally say, oh man, if this closes below this level, I'm going to go short. I literally said that right here. And I go short on my funded accounts with 5 micros, which I downsized from a mini because I had 2 losing trades yesterday. And we literally collapse. What was that trade? It's not going to show it on here. If I log into my mini account, it would. Yeah, see, look at this retracement. This is where I expect it to come up to. We got a breaker right here. Man, after you do that, dude, it's just like, oh, man, that's so nice. You just, everything in you wants to be like, oh, let's walk away. But then the other side is, man, it's only been 10 minutes. Let's keep going. Let's triple our account today. Hey, what matters is that you experienced it. Ted, way to go. This is what I'm talking about. That was beautiful. We didn't even need to hit the data lows, which we will still hit. That's like no doubt on my mind. I should say it can't be a guaranteed. But let's see here. So we do have this opening range gap sitting right here. We did hit midnight open. Yeah, let's see. We'll mark opening range gap here. Just so we filled up half of it. Do you guys see that? Right at the open, we filled 50% of the opening range gap. So this does not have to fill right now. It's already been partially filled. So we'll put that on there, but the move, as you can see, happened right here. I'm so glad that I took that, even though it was only like 6 minutes into the open. I like this rejection right here for a continued move down. The only way I'm taking it, though, is based off of doing an inversion gap. I'm not going to take it off of a breaker again. It'd be this level here, most likely. If we're going to go aggressively, that's what I'd have to go through. And I would target this low here and then the data lows. I've seen the data lows be left. It's very rare. It's like what I talked about yesterday. It's very rare for price to hit the previous day high and low. That's rare. That's rare that it does that. And if you look at yesterday's price action, remember how I talked about it's rare for it to actually run the previous day high, which we have right here. Okay. We were looking for this short. I caught some of it, made a mistake here and here, but we didn't hit the previous day low. But look when we did hit the previous day low. Look what time. After the market closed. After the market closed. Meaning it showed up on the next day. So very rarely will you see in one day the previous day high and low being ran the same day. The same thing goes for this. Very rarely will you see this level not ran, but it does sometimes. It does not run it. Let me make sure I say that correctly. It's very rare where this is not ran. There are days when we've dropped so much, like we have the past week, where we may leave this and move higher. So this is why we want to be careful. If we get that retracement, I'm like, man, after this drop, I'm like, we could get a big retracement here. I should just sell it. And that's what I did. I'm not going to mess around with that. Good morning, DDT. How you doing? We're sitting nice and pretty today. We took a breaker trade right here. This was a breaker. I didn't call it a breaker, but that's what it was. Actually, maybe I did call it a breaker. We took this breaker down here. I think I got a total of 400 ticks, 450 ticks. What is that? It's basically 100 handles. So we got a 100 handle move today. That's nice. What's a breaker? No, you're kidding, right? Is the... No, for real. Do you know... No, I've been... Yeah. Okay. For those watching that don't know what a breaker is one of my two favorite models. I only have two models. And that is where you have a high, a low, and a higher high. It makes it look like this. It's like a boom, boom, boom. Let me draw it out. So you got a high, low, higher high, and then disregard this candle here. It doesn't matter because it doesn't break this high, but we move lower. Then what do? We come back up into that low and then move lower. So it's a little messy, but there's a way more than just knowing the pattern. The pattern is the first thing to recognizing it. But you drop your breaker. Oh, this is nice. Let's watch this here real quick. I'm watching this level here. That's aggressive. 49 seconds. Let's drop down to the 30 just in case. All right, we've already closed the 30 second, and we have another opportunity for a 30 second here. Depending on where we close on the 1 minute, we have a 30 second here we also need to keep track of. You can see that wick into it. All right, let's see what happens here. Remember that this is a 30 second, okay? I literally stopped in the middle of my thought, but for good reason. Okay, no close. Closed at the consequent encroachment of this 1 minute fair value gap. Okay. Now, if we get aggressive and we close here, when this number is hitting 30 seconds, we can take a short. I don't have to look at the 30-second candles. I can look at the 1 minute because I want to look at this 1 minute closure. But we also have the 30-second based on this time right here. So right now, the 30-second candle would be closing now. So it closed also in this 1 minute, irrelevant for what we're trying to look for. Okay, 13 seconds. Both may close. I'm going to be careful here. All right, we got a decent close below it. I did go short here. I'm being careful with this 30 second. I'm probably going to take some size off once we get into this 30 second. Okay, taking some size off right there. I got 2 micros left that I'm holding on that push. Everything else is going to be set to break even. Buy stops. All right, I'm set to break even. I want to see this push. Let's drop down to the 30 second because that is our next area of resistance. And there's my stop out. Okay, so got stopped out on that. That's what I was being careful of. Okay, so one thing with the inversion fair value gap is you need to use the 1 minute and 30 second together. The 1 minute. We closed below it, right? We should run this low. What happened though? 30 second. It doesn't mean we can't still run because this is still a valid trade, but we wicked into the 30 second and we found resistance and we started moving higher, right? This 1 minute trade is still valid until we close above this level, but we just found resistance in this 30 second. That's why I took some size off right there. Okay. Now, if we close below the 30 second, because we've seen it react right now, the 30 second looks like a legitimate level that I may want to take short as well. So if we want to continue lower, I'm watching this level here to run this low and then potentially the data lows. Okay? The 1 minute still is in play, as I mentioned, but we are watching this 30-second here. Don't run without us. I feel like it's going to run without us. Okay, there's our close. Let's see if we push for this low here. Price action has been beautiful today. This candle needs to close if it's going to continue lower. There it is. I got 2 micros I'm holding right now. So stop out would be there. And based on that reaction, I'm going to close it. That's still a valid trade. This is still a valid trade. It did not close above the 30-second. I just closed mine because I'm already extremely profitable for today and just don't want to take unnecessary risks. We're watching this 30 seconds still, seeing if it wants to close, where it wants to close, if it's going to violate it, or if it's going to continue lower. That's still in play, folks. If we get below here, if you're still in the trade, you want to move your stop to break even. Beautiful. Getting ready to move that stop to break even. Yep, move stop to break even at this point. I would. That was a good recommendation there. Oh, the play's still in play. Look at that. Does it feel like it's messing with our emotions right here? Yeah, that's why we moved it to break even once it started going back in our favor. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm not looking at if anybody's commenting. We wicked back up into this 1 minute to the consequent encroachment. That was a beautiful reaction there. There it goes, folks. Let's see if we can get all the way down here. Data low is 720. Got it. There it is. All right. Beautiful. Guys, did you, I mean, we literally, a little sloppy here in the 32nd. Had a little bit, I had got stopped out, but didn't really lose anything. But hallelujah. That is, man, that's great. Guys, I'm logging out on all of my accounts. Way to go, Charles. No, I don't think there is more. I mean, there's when you compare NFP to what else is happening today, it's irrelevant. NFP was the news, and you can see the data. Okay, Deborah, what did we talk about yesterday? What does this look like, folks? What do we talk about? You watched me record the video. What was that? Name it for me. Name what we're looking at is. What is this? Yeah, that's what, Charles, that's what retail traders would call it. We don't call it a pump and dump. Market maker. That's right there. This is a market maker sell model. Absolutely beautiful. What did we put? I marked it out here. I marked out the breaker here. And this, obviously, the data low was the end of our market maker sell model. Oh, man, look. And it's in line with some equal lows, relatively equal lows. This here is what I'm talking about. We did nothing here. We hit a level of resistance. We filled our opening range gap by 75%, hit the new day opening gap from yesterday, and we started selling off. We found our breaker for our low risk entry. We took that with an explosive move down. We get our first stage distribution down to here, and here's our second stage distribution to the low. Sometimes when I look at this and I see it over and over, I'm literally just in awe that it does this, and we get the benefit of tearing it up. Hit that like button if you like this commentary this morning, if you like the moves that we've been seeing this morning. I would appreciate it. This is great. I mean, we are done trading for today. It's Friday. We're not going to overtrade. We're not going to try to make more things happen that don't need to happen. We literally called it. We literally pointed out what we thought price was going to do. I said that price could have a 40 point retracement. It could literally go back up to this fair value gap or this level here. We hit the level and the fair value gap. I called wanting to go short on this 1 minute. Then I added the 30-second. And then we capitalized on the data lows. Have a good night, Deborah. Or day. You're in Vegas, I believe, right? So yeah, it's probably early there. Have a good rest of your day. And a great weekend. Oh yeah, you did mention that. Get better. Let's see here. I need to figure out what's going on with Trade of 8. Trade of 8 says I took 16 trades. I'm like, there is no way I took 16 trades today. 16. I'm not understanding. Is it adding the individual contracts? It's literally saying I took 16 trades today. I wonder if it counts if I get in short with 2 contracts and I add to my position 2 contracts. I wonder if they're counting that as 2 separate trades. That can be the only thing I can think of. And then when I sell 1 contract and continue to hold, is that sell considered a trade? That's what I'm trying to figure out, because it's making me feel like I'm over trading, and I know I'm not. And I don't like that. I don't like those numbers running against me or showing me different things. I need to figure out, because I have a Excel sheet that I track all my trades in, and I track my growth for my accounts and stuff on where I want to be and how am I comparing. So I have a projected profit targets based on just having a 1 to 5% return each day, which is very, very doable. And then I have my actual tracker next to it, and I track the number of trades that I'm taking so that I can see how I'm doing comparing to other days. So I can see, oh, I over traded today, and you can see it. Or did I trade more and I had more profit? It's just telling me where I am at psychologically for my trading, as well as keeping track of my profits. And yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the 5 minute, or here's the 15 minute, guys, right here. I want you to, I don't think we're going lower. Look at the weekly time frame and you tell me. This is the weekly. We are Friday. Remember, Friday. We're Friday. Okay? So we are inside what I mentioned, the weekly BISI here. I need you to understand something. Normally it goes to there. This is that whole weekly BISI. But this week right here, last week, covered that much of it. So I just dropped it down to cover the remaining amount. And we are about to fill it. We still haven't quite filled it in, so we could see a little bit lower prices. But my bias, or my draw on liquidity, or DOL, is unknown at this point. I don't know what the draw on liquidity is. I mean, we've hit everything on a weekly time frame we could hit. We could retrace all the way back up here and get into this daily. That's possible, but remember what I mentioned, the probabilities of us grabbing this previous day low and this previous day high is very low. Very low. It's very unlikely. So I don't expect us to hit this previous day high. It doesn't mean we can't retrace into here. Maybe we could see some retracement to here. Equilibrium sitting right here somewhere. We could retrace up to that level, 19,058. That would be your equilibrium of this wick. This would be on my daily chart a key level that I would be keeping track of to see if price has the willingness to want to move higher on a daily time frame. If we cannot close above this on a daily time frame, then we probably aren't running for this high. The only potential target I see, based on how heavy we are, you could project it out. You could do this weekly, the fair value gaps weekly low. You could do this daily volume imbalance sitting right here that hasn't been filled yet. That would not be a bad target. That could be a target. And then the next thing would be this previous day low here. And then you got August 12th new week opening gaps sitting right here. That would be, these are your 4 levels that we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you're looking for a short, you do not take a momentum trade lower based on what we've seen so far. You take a trade based off of the retracement hitting a key level and its willingness to go low, shorter. So you would see this candle here hit this low, it reject it, it rejects it, it rejects it again. You would look for an inversion fair value gap, or you'd play it off this breaker. Let's see if it wants to play off that breaker right there. And you would continue to run lower. That's how you would do it. So you got this high, low, higher high into a mitigation block right here, into the low, into the data low, or into this low right here, into this wick. It could not close above this wick, or the mean threshold, consequent encroachment of this wick, and then is moving lower. So the obvious next low would be this low here, and then we have the filling of the weekly fair value gap. So you have to play it that way and not assume that we're just going to plummet through all of these to this level here. We're probably going to be somewhat jagged and move up and down, because from my perspective, we've hit our target and it's a Friday. So typically if it's hit its weekly objective, I'm not saying it has. I don't know what the weekly objective is, but if it has hit the weekly objective, price action gets kind of choppy. So that's how you would be looking at, is price going to continue lower or not? And do I want to take a trade off of it? It's really difficult to want to take a trade lower because your probabilities are less that it doesn't stop you out at break even. So here's would be your breaker opportunity. This is honestly, it's a B plus type setup. It's not an A plus because of how low we are. I wouldn't want to go short this low anyway. I honestly would be looking for some type of play to the upside if it's me personally. So if I'm looking at this, I'm looking for this breaker to fail, a close above here after grabbing the lows, targeting these highs. That honestly looks better. But if it rejects here and you see a displacement candle, you could get probably 5 to 10 handles on the expansion lower based on you seeing it hit this breaker, which it did. It filled the volume, fair value gap. Now, does it displace lower aggressively? That's the only way I'd be interested in it. And then can I grab 5 to 10 handles out of that? This is scalping. That's what scalping is, what I just described. Now, I'm not interested in going short, even though we have some potential targets. I think we get a bigger retracement. I would look for another retracement, a retracement higher, basically wanting to see this breaker violated, closed above here, and trying to target maybe these swing highs with an inversion, fair value gap play. So the downside to trading right now and not being done on the day is that there's evidence for both sides. So that makes your trade probabilities less probable. This is a 50-50 trade going lower, and it's a 50-50 trade going higher. I mean, I don't want to trade in that. So this is where you as a trader who may not have been profitable yet on the day or aren't green on the day are thinking, man, I want to get out of this drawdown. This is where you need to exercise your discipline on walking away. Because more than likely, I can't predict the future, but more than likely these trades are going to be less probable. I like these two candles here closing below. I like it, but it's still, we didn't get this close. And I need to see an aggressive closed with a full body candle, not a wiki candle. It needs to, this body needs to close like way down here for me to be interested in it. Then I look for a retracement and then take it. That's how I would play that. This is not financial advice. I just see an unwillingness to go lower right now. Even though it looks like it does, we're seeing wicks above and wicks below. Just consolidation more likely. It's also 10:18, 10:13, 10:08. This is the 10 o'clock candle right here. Boom. You could take a small position and go short, and if you close above this fair value gap, you would want to close it. So your trade would look something like this. There with a small contract, and if we close above that, I would close the trade because if it closes above this, I know that it's probably running for this high or this swing high. And if it doesn't and it reverses, you don't want to be in that kind of trade anyway, or we're in consolidation. So do you see how there's just, I don't like this. You still got 28 seconds. That's the worst part about this, is you're seeing this big green candle and there's still 22 seconds left on it. And it's like, well, it could wick back down here, but if it doesn't and continues higher, man, that sucks. And now you're even in more drawdown. That's what makes this type of trading so difficult and frustrating, and why most people lose. Okay, there's your close above. You'd want to get out. Like this is how you, I mean, if I'm honest, this is the better trade, and like I wanted. I would have preferred this. I know I've been going back and forth, but that's because I said it's 50-50. I mean, like it's 50-50. Right here I'm trying to read these candlesticks, but then I'm now reading this candlestick, and now my positions change because it's 50-50. This is the type of trading it's just almost better to stay completely out of and exercise another muscle. And that muscle is your discipline on walking away. I'm still instituting the 3 trade challenge here, where we're only taking 3 trades and trying to be done. Not trying. We will be done after 3 trades. Okay? I took 1 trade on my funded accounts and I'm done. I only took 1 on my funded accounts. You guys saw. I took 2 on my personal account, 3 including the one before stream, and then I had some break evens in there. So those break evens don't count against me for the most part. I could be off by a trade or 2. I'm not 100%. I'm trying to remember. Now look at this. Look how it violates this inversion fair value gap, but then displaces. Looks like it's going to begin to displace lower. This is trading just stay out of. Just close it. Just work on how you're feeling outside of trying to make it better by trading and getting wins. Okay? If there's somebody I've learned from, I'll give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Mike on X. What's his name? Mike. Let's look it up here. I'm pretty sure it's Mike. Mike Trader Mike. You guys will know what I'm talking about if you're on X. I'll show you guys his posts. I like his stuff. I love his stuff. And the main reason for it is where is it? Why don't I see anything? I'll find him here. Here it is. Yeah, Trader Mike. Oh my gosh. Turn off the music. I'm done. Like, what the heck is this? Okay. All right. Screen share. All right. Here's Trader Mike. He has his own free Discord and all that stuff. But my point is this, and I look at the trading community as beneficial. He helps me. I help him. We all work together to help people become profitable, right? My niche is anybody that, believes and has a relationship with Christ and likes the style that I trade with. However, if you look at his chant of his Discord, I love his stuff because he talks a lot about psychology. Let me show you some of his stuff here. Okay? Less is more. Quit trying to trade a million different things when starting off. Trade one strategy is enough to make you rich in the trading arena. What was another one? Another one that I liked. I saw it and I'm like, I like this. This is a good one. Is it Trader Mike or is there another Mike? I'm not sure. I think it might be another Mike. Is there 2 mics on here? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. But his psychology is legit. He helps you. I love his stuff. Oh man, look at that drop. We can't. It just went lower, folks. There's your drop. This is the type of stuff I hate. It violated this and then came back down. That's so stupid. I mean, I'm done. That's so. I mean, we all should be done too. But what I'm trying to say, what am I trying to say with Mike Trader Mike, and you wanting to still make some trades is there is another muscle you can exercise, and every new trader ignores this. I still struggle with this. When you have a loss, there is a muscle you can exercise by walking away. It is a physical, psychological muscle you are exercising by walking away from the charts when you're down, when you follow your rules. Oh, I remember what he said. It's like, how do you know when you've made it as a trader? When you have a losing day and can walk away and you're proud of yourself for following your rules. That's how you know if you make when you make it as a trader. That is so true. Because the reason why people aren't profitable is not because they can't have a winning trade. It's because when they lose, they go back and then they lose more. They go back and they lose more. And their losing trades way outweigh their winning trades because they don't have the discipline. So I had 2 losses yesterday, and admittedly, I went back in the afternoon and I tried to take another trade and I lost. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I'm doing the very thing that I preach against. I'm doing the very thing that I know I'm not supposed to do. I literally shoved myself away from my desk. I got up and I ran. It's like I had to run away from it. It was like enticing me. I was like, I hate it because it's so enticing to try to go back and make up what you lost. I literally pushed myself away and walked away, and I'm like, no, because I know I can come back from 2 trades of a loss. I mean, it's not a big deal. But then when you have loss upon loss upon loss because you can't freaking stop, that is just soul crushing. It's so discouraging. So I walked away, okay? And then I implemented on a new day my risk management. I had 2 losses. I cut my size in half. I made back with half the size today, all my losses from yesterday minus some. Let me say it again. I had a losing day yesterday, $800. I went back later in the afternoon, had another loss, brought me to about 900 to 1,000. I literally caught myself in the middle of it like, what the heck are you doing? You're doing the very thing you did as a new trader. Cut it out. I get up, I walk away because literally it's like an enticing machine in front of me. And then today, fresh, new mindset, knowing that I know how to trade, cut my size in half, and I made back 80% of my losses from yesterday on half the size of my trading. If I wouldn't have done that extra trading, I would have made back all my losses on half the size. When you can realize that a loss on the day will not break you, you're going to be ahead of everybody else. I'm saying this because I'm convinced of it, yet I still get caught up in it because dealing with how you're feeling requires you to be present with yourself and understanding what's going on the inside of you so that you can address it. So I didn't catch myself until after I made the loss. And then I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Why are you doing this? Get the heck out of here. Close down the charts. Go do something else. Or you're going to be right back where you were 100 other times that you've done this in the past. And I would have made back all my losses on half the size because guess what? I know how to trade. And so do you most likely. So do you most likely. And if you trade like you're supposed to and walk away when you're supposed to, you would be more profitable. That is the truth. There's zero doubt in my mind that that's the case. Traders can trade, but what they can't do is stop. Most traders can make a buck, but most traders don't know how to keep that buck. That's the issue. That is what you should be working on more than trying to make back your account because, hey, Tyler just crushed it. He had a 100 handle move here and but I didn't get anything. I need to keep trading. Oh man, I missed this. I'm going to try to catch some. You start making stupid mistakes because you can't stop. This is the issue. I literally dealt with this yesterday. Thankfully, I caught myself. And guess what? Today, I'm fine. I'm fine today because I made back 80% of what I lost because guess what? I know how to trade. So now let's address something. If you know how to trade, the next thing you need to ask yourself is, do you know how to stop trading and be content with the profits you've received? Now, I believe the Bible says the Lord has given me the ability to produce wealth, okay? I produced wealth today. Now, am I going to be content with what I've received, what I've produced, or am I going to become greedy and want more? That is another issue you have to battle with. I've overcome that. I'm content. I'm walking away because I know what the other option is. Greed ends up in failure. Greed means I'm going to end up losing money, what I made. So I know to walk away. That if you're a trader and you know how to trade, then you need to master your next thing. If you have a strategy, if you have a system, if you have a stop loss management plan, the next thing you need to master is your ability to walk away. That should be on a sticky note on your screen saying, I'm going to master this one thing, because when you can master that thing, you will see so much more profitability, okay? Now, if you don't know how to trade, if you're struggling on identifying the setup, if you're struggling on reading price action, well then you need to either be on a demo account, a eval account, and trading only micro accounts. Those are your two options. Do not trade your real money, okay? Be on a demo account or a eval account where you are not trading your own money, but you're trading it on a micro account. So you're risking $2 up and down for a point. Okay, so we just hit we hit August 13th low just right there. Okay, it looks like we want to go lower. So the next thing we got is our new week opening gap sitting right here. So just keep an eye on that. Let's see what happens here. Now you have, if that's you, then you come back to our streams and then you ask questions. How did you know this was going to do this? Why are you looking at this fair value gap? Why are you looking at that swing high, swing low? What is the inversion fair value gap? What is the breaker? and you learn and you begin to recognize it in price and you spend time in front of the charts. That's your primary goal, is education and exercising risk management in the midst of it. That's what you got to do. Okay? ICT, I can't trade. How you doing, my friend? Welcome. One day I'm going to have the real ICT show up in my stream. One day that's going to happen. And I'm going to give him thumbs up. You're the man. The day will happen. I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm a little small right now for a big dog like that to show up in my stream. I don't trade the 2022 mentorship. I don't do his the 2022 model. I doubt that. Did you? So you made that $100,000 trade this morning, huh? That was insane. I watched ICT's clip of his trade that he took yesterday. Yesterday, what time was it? He took it. He took it around 10:30 yesterday, and didn't close it till after midnight, and he made $100,000. This guy will win the Robbins Cup. I believe it. I don't think he fakes his stuff. I mean, I know other people say that. I don't think he does. It was insane. 15 or 14 mini contracts. Crushed it. Now, I don't think this ICT, you ICT are trying to impersonate him. If you are, I will kick you out of this stream. We ain't having that. I've been watching him too long to know how he talks in his chats too. Anyway, so what have we seen in price? We've seen, let's zoom out here, or let's get a little bit bigger. I want to pull some levels here. All right, so if we go based on this manipulation leg we have here, right before the move lower, from this swing low to the swing high, 1.5 standard deviations is right in the middle of that volume imbalance. That looks really nice. Look what looks beautiful, this 2.5. That looks very interesting. When I see levels like this overlap, that gives me confidence that a level could actually hit. This 2.5 standard deviation is overlapping the August 4th new week opening gap. That is interesting. So if that is the case, and you see an opportunity for price to move lower, it needs to have a decent retracement. But if we move lower, that could be a potential draw you can take. But you have to do it off of a retracement. We're currently in a retracement running up against this August 13th low of day right there. And then you would look for some type of inversion to go lower. You got to be careful with these and these. Now, it's just expect price action to look like this, though, with random drops. Consolidation, expansion, consolidation. And I call this consolidation because I don't want to trade this. I want to trade this. This is what I want to trade. This is so it just makes it much more difficult to get in it. Here's a fair value gap right here. This is one that's worth taking if you exercise proper risk management. I'll do it on here if it gives me an opportunity. All right. So this is a paper trade. If it closes, let's see what happens. Okay, it did not close. I'm going to type on here. Don't go without me. Do you see how it's going to go without us? These are what you got to look for, but you just got to be patient and wait for your setup. So it did not give it to us. We saw the setup. We saw the opportunity. Our model just didn't give us the entry. Doesn't mean you couldn't take it, but I'm not going to take it outside my model. You could have also chased it right around here, but I just wasn't set up. I was writing this out. And you could have taken that as your opportunity to this low. This is the type of stuff, if you're going to continue trading, you have to wait for this kind of stuff. You just can't take momentum trades and speculative trades and gambling style trades and think that you're going to be profitable or, claw yourself out of that loss. So we got our levels here. I think 18,513 is in the cards. I think 18,513 is in the cards. I think it could reach there. Folks, I think I'm going to be done for the day, and here's why. What did we have to wait for to go short? We had to wait for a retracement. Right now, we're expanding. So we would literally need to wait for this to happen to then take another opportunity lower if it's going to present itself. And I don't know how long that's going to be. I'm done for the day. It's Friday. I'm going to get outside. I'm going to go do some stuff, enjoy my day. I'll work on some videos. Actually, I believe here in 10 minutes, I'm dropping a new video. It's going to be on market maker models. So I did that yesterday live. So if you were live yesterday, that's dropping. If you haven't seen it, watch the video. It's actually really good. And we will see you guys Monday. God bless you. Have a safe week. Stay safe, and we'll talk.